by Sarah McNaughton. Everybody has something to say about vaccinations right now. But while many Americans are quick to share their opinions on autism, anti-vaxxers, and the measles outbreak in general, one group has been uncharacteristically quiet: big-name politicians. Until Sunday, that is, when President Barack Obama urged parents to vaccinate their kids in an interview with NBC News and effectively opened the vaccination debate to any and all 2016 presidential hopefuls. "I just want people to know the facts and science and the information. And the fact is that a major success of our civilization is our ability to prevent diseases that, in the past, have devastated folks. And measles is preventable. And I understand that there are families that in some cases are concerned about the effects of vaccinations. The science is pretty indisputable. We've looked at this again and again. My children are vaccinated. There is every reason to get vaccinated. There aren't reasons to not get vaccinated." Several lawmakers jumped at the chance to voice their endorsement or disapproval, or both, in the case of New Jersey Gov. Chris Christie, for the president's message. Christie was first to stir the pot on Monday morning. "It's more important what you think as a parent than what you think as a public official. I also understand that parents need to have some measure of choice in things as well. So that's the balance that the government has to decide. Not every vaccine is created equal, and not every disease type is as great a public health threat as others." But later that same day, Christie revised his stance. Other politicians were less roundabout in their thoughts on vaccinations. "I have heard of many tragic cases of walking, talking normal children who wound up with profound mental disorders after vaccines. I'm not arguing vaccines are a bad idea. I think they are a good thing, but I think the parent should have some input. The state doesn't own your children. Parents own the children. And it is an issue of freedom and public health." Sen. Rand Paul of Kentucky. "Well, first of all, it doesn't lead to autism, and that was grossly discredited. I mean, that never should have been put out in the press 15, 20 years ago when it happened. Second of all, I actually believe this disqualifies Rand Paul from becoming President of the United States. If you're a physician and you say what he just said, then you are clearly willing to override any set of facts that you ought to know." Vermont Gov. Howard Dean. Presidential contender Hillary Clinton weighed in on Twitter. Speaker of the House John Boehner had this to say: "I don't know that we need another law, but I do believe that all children ought to be vaccinated." Carly Fiorina, potential Republican presidential candidate, didn't quite agree. "I think vaccinating for measles makes a lot of sense. But that's me. I do think parents have to make those choices." Photo credit, Getty Images.